Hey everyone, today we're talking about living in Maple Lawn, Maryland. So Maple Lawn is in Howard County, Maryland. It's in southern Howard County, just before you hit the Montgomery County line. So its accessibility to so many different things is awesome. It's one of the things that I love about it. But also, every time I'm showing someone a home, showing a client a home here in this community, I'm always just surprised all over again at how much I love this community. When I'm driving through, I always notice top to bottom just how amazing the curb appeal is. It's always so clean. It's always so upkept. And it's one of those communities where every time I drive through, I'm like, man, I could live here. And I certainly don't say that about every community. So we're going to jump into what it's like to live in Maple Lawn, Maryland. And as I mentioned, Maple Lawn it's a planned community within Fulton. Fulton is in southern Howard County. It kind of stretches west of 29, and a lot of Fulton can get pretty rural as you get west of 29. Maple Lawn is a specific community. It's got everything you're going to need. So we're going to jump into what it's like to live there, and we're going to get started right now. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Living in Maryland channel, where we talk about all things living here in the great state of Maryland. So if you're looking for information on what it's like to live here, things to do, make sure to hit subscribe, hit the notification bell so you're notified of our new weekly videos where we talk about all things living here in Maryland. And if you ever have any questions about moving to the area, we absolutely love taking your calls, your text messages, your emails about what it's like living here. Any questions that you might have, feel free to reach out anytime. We definitely got your back when moving here to the great state of Maryland. All right, so just wanted to start with some quick history about Maple Lawn. I certainly don't want to bore you, but the planning started for this development right around 1996. So of course you're going to notice that a lot of these homes are going to be newer. They're going to be built after the year 2000. So that's something that's nice as well. They're not going to be super old, and this is going to be something that you notice throughout this community. Now, as I mentioned, the location of this community is just absolutely ideal. So if you are commuting to DC for work, if you're commuting to anywhere in central Maryland or Baltimore to work, this is going to be very, very central for anyone making those kind of commutes. So you are in southern Howard County here, but you're right on the Montgomery County line. So you're probably about 45 minutes to DC, depending on traffic. You're about 30 minutes to Baltimore. And then given that you are so central within Maryland, anywhere else in central Maryland, you're going to be super close to. So it's ideally located just west of 29. And if you're looking on a map, you've got Johns Hopkins Road, you've got 216, and it's right in the middle there. And then you've got 29 running north-south right to the east of this community. So if you're commuting anywhere, you're just minutes from the highway, so you're able to get on 29 very quickly, and then you've got 32 running east-west, and that's a pretty good size highway that's going to cut you across to 95, 295, anywhere that you need to get to for your commuting needs. So this location is absolutely ideal if you are commuting anywhere for work, and something that you should definitely consider if you're going to be a commuter. This community was built on over 600 acres, and it is one of Maryland's largest planned communities. It's got over 1,300 homes, and it's got a mixture of high-end homes. It's got condos, townhomes, single families. So it's going to have everything that you're looking for. And when I mentioned that it's got everything that you're going to need right in its backyard, it really does. So it's got, in addition to all the housing, it's going to have retail. It's got medical space, office space, so even people are able to walk to work. And it's just, so if you're looking for that kind of environment where you can actually walk to almost everything and have everything right in your backyard, this is an area that you definitely want to check out. It's also got everything you're going to need for shopping and eating. So they've got a liquor store, a couple gas stations. They've got a Harris Teeter, which is a very nice grocery store right there in the area. They've got, multiple banks. They've got plenty of places to eat. So they've got a Chick-fil-A, which, that's going to be one of my favorites. So if I could walk to a Chick-fil-A from where I live, that's pretty much got my vote. So they've got a McDonald's, a Chipotle. They've got a Tutti Frutti, which is froyo. within walking distance right there in the community. They've got several different restaurants and and multiple. So they've got like, Indian sushi. Looney's is like, your classic American food. It's more of a bar kind of scene. So they've got tons of choices to walk to right in your backyard. And this is, definitely one of the pluses that I absolutely love about this community. The other thing that you're going to notice about Maple Lawn is it's got very much of a community feel, almost like a small town feel. So, a lot of people, know each other because it is kind of such a community design to this area. The HOA is going to include, things like outdoor pools, fitness centers, playgrounds. So a ton of things for engagement between, the residents. The HOA also puts on, things throughout the year, community events and things like that. So it's just a great place if you're looking for community, if you're looking for a place where you can stay busy, with your kids, if you've got a family. This is a place that you definitely want to check out because it's got so much to do right within walking distance where you don't have to drive, you don't have to go through that hassle. And we have a 9-month-old, so I'm starting to realize how much of an inconvenience it is to get in the car and go somewhere. So the ability to have that right in your backyard, not have to drive, not have to pack up the car for the day, and have all that so close by is such a huge plus that this community has to offer. So another thing that's so cool about this community is it's never been easier to get outside, get outdoors. So as I mentioned, this community is built on a little over 600 acres, and they left 187 acres of that for outdoor spaces. So you're going to see things like picnic pavilions. You're going to see a couple parks and playgrounds. You're going to see a lot of trails. So if you've got dogs, if you've got kids, and you want to get out and walk and just kind of move. This is another benefit of this community that you're going to see all over the place. So also wanted to give you an idea of what to expect from home prices. If you're looking to move to the area, if you're considering purchasing, and what that looks like here in the Maple Lawn community. So if you're looking at the single families, there is probably single families make up the smaller percentage of homes here in the area, but you're still going to see a good amount of those. They're going to start in the 800s. You're going to see a lot of them in the 900s and on up. So they are pricey. This is a development, an area that's in very high demand. So that's going to be the price point that you're going to notice the single families. And the one thing that I will say is that the lots on the majority of these single family homes are pretty small. So that's something that, for me, it would be something that, wouldn't be as ideal. I like kind of having some more space, having a backyard to go into. Although the community, as I mentioned, has a ton of that kind of space, but that is something that you want to expect if you're going to look at the single family homes. So it's very common to see, 0.12, 0.13 acres. So that's going to be, maybe almost 6,000 square feet just for the lot. So the home might almost be as big as the lot as far as the livable square footage. The indoor square footage of the homes, you're going to see probably 3,000 square feet and up as far as the square footage. You're going to see a lot of those approach 4,000 square feet as well. So the homes are going to be big, a lot of indoor living space, and a lot of them are newer and definitely upgraded. So you're gonna see that in those single families. And then the townhomes in Maple Lawn community are going to start probably around the 600,000 mark and kind of go on up depending on overall size and condition and things like that. The things that I do like about these townhomes is that most of them have 2-car garages. Some of them are kind of in a detached, method, and then some of them are attached. But you are going to see that a lot with the townhomes too. So they're going to be a little more affordable than those single families, and they're going to be good size as well. A lot of them are going to be 2,500 square feet. Plus, and have a basement and things like that. So the townhomes are going to offer some good living space as well. If you've got family, if you've got kids, those townhomes are definitely good size. And then the condos in the Maple Lawn community are going to probably start in the low to mid 4s, depending on size and all that kind of stuff. So you can expect to see that price point for the condos. The thing that I do want to mention for the condos is that they're going to have an average condo fee monthly of $350 a month. And that's going to be your typical condo in Maryland, where it's going to cover all the exterior things like, your roof, your siding, your gutters, and things like that. So those are going to fall on the condo as far as maintenance and upkeep and things like that. So you're going to be responsible strictly for the indoors as far as that's concerned. So when you're getting a homeowner's insurance policy, it's called an HO6 walls in policy, where you're strictly and only responsible for things inside the unit. So that's kind of a plus to the condo, but it does have that condo fee for the upkeep of all the exterior items. Now, I will say as well, because I didn't mention this before, so all the amenities that come within the HOA, like the outdoor pool, the fitness center, all the things that the community has to offer, that stuff is covered by the HOA. Now, the HOA on average for your townhomes and for your single families is going to be about $150 a month. And then the condos, that drops. So you're going to have the condo fee for $350 a month. And then on top of that, you're going to have the monthly HOA, and that's usually around $76 a month for the condos. So that goes to pay for all the community things that's provided. One other thing to be aware of if you are considering purchasing in Maple Lawn Community is they do have what's called a capital contribution fee. So anytime a buyer is closing and purchasing a home within this community, they are charged $1,000 as basically an additional closing cost at closing. So it's collected within your total funds to purchase the home, but they do collect that on each and every purchase, and that's something that you should be aware of. $1,000 still, a lot of money, but that's something you want to kind of be prepared for up front so it doesn't kind of catch you by surprise once you start actively looking. So that is going to be charged each and every time that you buy a home for the buyer. The seller does not pay that, strictly the buyer. All right, everyone, thanks so much for watching. Hope you learned something new about Maple Lawn. If you ever have any questions about living here in the state of Maryland, feel free to reach out anytime, and we'll see you at the next video.